Hi all, welcome back to more DD at Tarawa. It's my part 25. We are halfway through turn 13. And it's funny, the last two or three maybe Japanese fire phases that I've started off, and then I thought, and just feel like throwing the towel in because I feel like I'm really struggling. And then we get through it, and then I start thinking, yeah, well, maybe I've still got some steam in me. Yeah, I can still do some stuff, but to be honest, I can't really compare this. I don't know my position right now, whether it's good, bad, or about average. I've no real idea, to be honest. But yeah, I started seeing things. We got this tank coming down, and I was cringing, and then I started thinking, well, wait a minute now, we've now got. I mean, I can start an attack on that tank with that. Okay, all that can support it is this ranged unit here, but that might be enough to disrupt it and then get into position to try and finish it off. We did get a result against this tank here. Now, I did check back. I was sort of 99% sure that you couldn't put depth. The tanks can't regain depth. Once they lose it, they lose it. I did come across a thread. I was going to read out the thread, but I thought, well, basically it was just saying that I think it was talked about in CC if a tank lost its depth marker, could it reinforce? I think it was exactly the same situation, and it was pointed out that no. And what I should have took note on the bit that it talked about, you know what? It's maybe in 9.2 cell with depth markers. I thought I glanced through this though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I glanced through this. You know what? It might be at the beginning of the actual rules. That was silly, Grant. I should have just took note of the page it was on at least. Okay, I persevered and found it rather than go and look for the thread. So 9.22 on my page 20 in my rulebook. Depth marker may be placed with a Japanese unit that previously lost its depth marker due to US attack or barrage. There is no limit to the number of times the Japanese unit may lose a depth marker and receive another. And yeah, well, we might as well finish off this sentence because that's the latest mistake that I'm going to have to deal with. As you can see, there is no limit to the number of times the Japanese unit may lose a depth mark and receive another, as long as it is in Japanese communication. Right, keep the words in mind. And then we've got this bit in red, tank exception. Each Japanese tank unit begins the game with a depth marker and may not receive another, even if the original depth marker is lost. Yes, Japanese communication. So we've resolved the fact that that tank could not have received another depth marker in the reinforced step. Interestingly, yeah, I should have maybe taken note of that actually. Interestingly, the question started off in regards to a unit in CC, a Japanese unit in CC that wasn't in communication. What happens with the CC reinforce when you draw it? And Mr. Butterfield came along and answered that, saying that you would ignore the whole event, which I thought was kind of strange, because I know you can't place a depth marker, but I still would have thought you would have drawn the card, but I'm pretty sure he confirmed that you would ignore the whole event. However, he also did say to make sure that you were aware that when you're in CC, the US unit does not exert its control around hexes round about it. So when you're actually in the CC, you've got to make sure that it's other US units that are cutting off the communication for the Japanese unit. Yeah, interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought if you have cut off Japanese communication, you draw the reinforce. I would have still thought you were drawing the card, but that's clearly part of the package there. Draw the card, get the depth. Does make me wonder if in my situation there I should have drawn the card then, because he wasn't getting the depth. I did draw the card, but going by that, I know it's slightly different. It's not that it wasn't in communication. It's just that it wasn't allowed to build depth again because it's a tank, So anyway, not sure about that, but that wasn't relevant to mine. So, but I thought it was quite interesting. Maybe I'll look the thread out again if for some reason that scenario shows its head. Yes, and yeah, David recently brought up a mistake that I've been making. And, well, I've just talked about it. There's no limit to the number of times a Japanese unit may lose a depth marker. How many times has this guy received a depth marker? I want to say 3 times, because he would have got it once. We eliminated that. He got another one. We eliminated that. He's now got another one. The very first one he got may have been legal. I do not remember. And unfortunately, I can't do anything about this now. I can do something about the latest one he's got, and I'm going to, which is going to be, I don't know if it's good or bad for me, this or not. I'm not so sure. I think it's a bit of a mixture. However, the second time he received the depth marker, he was not in communication. Because remember, I've cut this guy off with this, and it's still 2 steps, okay? So that exerts control in this hex. He cannot trace onto the beach. There's US units here anyway. But at the time originally, he could not trace communication. I don't think these guys were even landed yet. And we had this guy there, and this guy was holding him out of communication. He could not have built the depth that he first got, and he could not have built the depth that he's just got just now, because he cannot trace Japanese communication. So, yeah, thanks for bringing it up, David. Frustrating. Again, you can see it's one that you could sort of easily get caught out with. Now, I do wonder if it's happened elsewhere. Hasn't been talked about. These 2 guys built depth, but this guy wasn't there at the time, you know. Well, that's fine anyway. They can trace communication. So I don't think it has came up anywhere else, but I'm glad it's been brought up, because I'm hopefully going to try and stay switched on to that. It was a mistake. So the most recent one was this turn, and this was a long turn. Well, I'm saying it's a long turn. We're not even through it yet. This was the event. And the event was place a hero marker and add the depth marker. And right away I was like, oh no, it's going to go on this guy again. So I put it on this guy. However, I want to say it was between this guy and this guy. It was, and I didn't really want to go in here. I thought it was better on me going here. Well, I'm going to move this, because that shouldn't have been placed there. And okay, the previous one should not have been placed there as well, but I can't do nothing about that. I've attacked it, I eliminated it. I've no idea, without looking back in the footage, I would no idea where it would go. And then, you know, then I would have to, we had made all the attacks and everything. I'm going to have to let that one go. If I'd noticed it sooner, or should I say, if David had noticed it, well, actually, that's maybe not true, because I released my video footage, you know, slowly after, and then I move on. It might well be it's been spotted right away. So, yeah, because I think David's comment was about the first time that, yeah, it was, because this bit I've only just released. Part 24 I've just released. Because in fact, I said that in my comment back to David, that I says, oh, you wait till you see part 24, because I do the exact same thing again. I put the depth here when it's out of communication. So, yeah. So I wouldn't have got to it any sooner unless I'd spotted it myself, basically. So it did get brought to my attention right away. So, but we had moved on, and you know, I can't go back there. So this was the other position that was going to build the depth. So this is going to get it. Now. Oh no, we know what this is. I was going to say this was an inland position, was it? No, it's not. It was a coastal. Was the reason that was a coastal? It was a reinforcement, but it was an elite that went back to the reserve units. So I'm going to put this here, because that's what should have happened. And I know we're jumping back a couple of steps. We're jumping back by the fire phase. Actually, this should have undisrupted as well. I've missed that, haven't I? Of course, I just finished the fire phase last night. Yeah, let's just bring that card back down. So this was the fire phase card. Japanese fire phase, and obviously that is in, you've got yellow, purple and blue. That was in yellow, so that is going to undisrupt. So now the fact it's got depth, I hope I'm going to be able to at least disrupt it again. Now the good thing was we did put the hero here, although I was cringing a bit with the situation up here. Now we've not got a weapon here to go in on this flank attack. He is staying disrupted though, because red was not on the card, so that's good. And green was not on the card, so that guy's staying down. The thing with this guy is, I think I can just attack with this now, can't I? And just use the hero and that, attack that, and then he's not going to trace communication, so he's going to go in the eliminated units box. So that's, so I want, is it better for me? Probably. I don't know. Because what have we got here? Remember, these two units are going across the seawall. I did wonder about if this tank joined the fight from here right now, which he could because he's under command of an HQ. Does that mean, I want to say it's probably a units adjacent that are going to count. What I mean is the tank's not firing across the seawall, if you like. So does he get the +2 for that? I want to say it's not going to matter. Well, actually, oh no, the tank's going to give machine gun. Yeah, and that can give mortar. So I also need to be careful here. I don't want to end up, I might not, in some ways I might not want to reveal the depth marker. That might sound strange, but I don't know. It depends on the numbers I've got. So, and you can manipulate that a little bit by saying, I mean, I don't need to use that hero for the mortar, for instance. I don't need to, so it's a may. Okay, and then while we're talking about that, yeah, let's just, right, that was the disruption sorted, wasn't it? That was only units. Right, so I can put that back. I did forget about that as well. So while we're talking about disrupted, heroes, wild cards, because this is the situation that arose. Martin came back yet again, and he said that he confirmed that within Omaha, the day at Omaha, if you had this situation, you would only be able to these two heroes would only be able to supply either +1 strength or 1 wild card for the two of them. So me saying that I could attack with both of them, and one could give the +1 strength, one could give a wild card, that's not true. He says that he doesn't sound like he's 100% sure, but he is confident that that's how it was in D-Day at Omaha. I don't see the need to challenge that if that's how it was in Omaha. Obviously, I was a little surprised because I did think these heroes could supply a different wild card each. I just knew they couldn't do the +1 strength each. But then if you think about Grant, that's the whole... Yeah, it does make sense. If they can't do the +1 strength each, then they can't do a different weapon each. So, you know. He also added, because I asked about how do support markers work with wild cards, and his belief is that you would be able to use one support marker as a wild card. So just one. So if you had multiples, the situation would be the same, which makes sense because we're not getting 2 for that. So why would they be able to use 2 support markers for 2 different weapons? He did, however, say that his belief is that you would be able to use a hero in the combat as a wild card and use a support marker as a wild card, which starts to sound a little bit strange, but they are kind of 2 different things. I think that's what he said. Pretty sure that's what he said. So that's that bit sorted as well. So I think that's everything. Yeah, and clearly this was a mistake with it. Yeah, I mean, whether it was more beneficial to me having that, I want to say it probably was, because if the depth marker didn't go here initially, I'm not sure where it would have went, to be honest. It could have went anywhere else, maybe. You know, it might have went up to, well, these 2 guys are built depth now, but it's possible it might have went to this guy here. However, the other side of that coin is that this guy would have been eliminated some time ago, and we would have been doing other things with this hero and whatever, you know. So I think there's been a bit of a plus and a minus to it. So I've fixed this one here, and we're just going to have to let the other one go. Like I say, well, I'm pretty sure his initial depth placement would have been legal, but the 2 after that were not. The second one I've just fixed, the first one, yeah. Just have to let it go, like I say. Okay, and that's about it. Still no comment on my question regarding the empty position, but I kind of feel like I'm past that now. I kind of feel like it's Yeah, it's fine. They can do that. As bad as it is. One of the examples I was trying to give, maybe I shouldn't go back over that. Well, yeah, just quickly. We had yellow on the card, and we had a tank in there, and we had purple on the card, we had a tank in there. Right, now the order of the card was, well, we've still got the card there, Grant. I think I gave some example of this, but it was right there staring me in the face, to be honest. So we've got yellow as the first colour, double purple as the second colour, right? So that's fine. As we're coming along, right, I'm checking yellow. I check this, it fires, it hits that. We then check purple, purple moves down. If I do that in the other order, or if these colours are in the other order, right? If this double purple A is here and the yellow R is there, we're going to come along. Now, the way I've been doing it, and I'm not saying this is Martin's fault, but, you know, this is what he said. It's a better way to do it is just going from right to left, checking every colour. But in the rules, it does say you check all that colour right. Sorry, I might be saying left to right. It's right to left. It's a bit confusing, that. Anyway, it's right to left. You know, checking every colour, then come back to the other colour, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, but going by the way that I have been doing it, and I've been finding it fine, as we would still have, and like I say, let's just say the purple's there and the yellow's there. I would have come along and check that yellow and say, right, okay, let's fire, hit that unit, close combat this, all that, blah, 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 blah. And then come along this purple position, and of course purple's here, the first letter, then I would have moved into that position. Now, that wouldn't have been right, would it? Because the purple should have been activated first. Even though it's further left than this, it's the most leftmost colour in the card. So this is what you've got to be careful about, because, well, to be honest, if it had been that way, I still would have done what I'd done. We would have started this close combat. I would have started drawing cards, doing all that nonsense. And to be honest, things might have been different, because this purple should have done its thing first. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, because even though it's further left, this position, it's the leftmost colour in the card, and it does state that. It specifically states that. And like I say, Mr. Butterfield, in reply to one of my recent questions, highlighted that rule. God, where was it again? I want to say it's paragraph 8, wasn't it? Highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once selected actions come into effect, the sequence in which you check Japanese positions for fire and actions may have an impact on play. Therefore, check all positions matching the first leftmost position colour on the card first. Then all positions matching the second colour, then the third. And then within a position colour, check all position hexes in order from west to east. And west to east is from right to left. So you could see that if these colours had been the other way about, things would have went much differently, because the purple would have had its action first. I would have still had that unit there. Now, okay, I dare say we could maybe come. Oh, okay, forgot. I dare say we could maybe come back to the fact that this probably then still attacks this, but I don't know. What would this have done? What would this double purple have done if there'd been a US unit there? He would have had that in his field of fire, actually. And it was a diamond, yeah, because it got hit. So it would have then got taken out, I think. Yeah, it would have got eliminated by him. Then we would have come back to the yellow. The yellow would have then fired here. He wouldn't have hit there, and then he would have close combat there. Okay, well, no, the situation wouldn't have ended up the same, would it? Because this tank wouldn't have moved down. So whereas that is what we've got, if it was the colours were the other way about, that I think that's the situation we would have ended at. And that tank would still be up there. So, yeah. In actual fact, doing these colours in that order now, I might have just came along. If I came along there and got carried away and just carried on with that, well, assuming the colours again were the other way about, would that have caused any trouble? I don't. Well, it wouldn't have, but we would have had to rewound and put that time back into there once we worked out what would have actually happened. I think. Anyway, okay, but I mean, that's not what the colours were. The colours were in that order, but you can see how it can change. Yeah, that could have changed it up. Right, anyway, Grant. 20 minutes nonsense. Okay, so can we start playing some more then? Yes, I'm quite curious to know how the US action phase is going to go this turn. However, we are just about to draw our second event. Now, I'm hoping that's not going to spoil things. So, let's get on with that. So, second event, we are on turn 13. So, here we go. Turn 13 event. The second event. Well, it's not getting... I'm going to say, well, it's not getting a depth marker. No, it's not, Grant. It's getting 2 depth markers. Yuck. What a horrible card. So 11 to 30, add depth markers to 2 Japanese units. And that is our second event. Not nice. Not nice. Right, well, we know that guy can't get along because he's out of communication still. Right, okay, so nearest. Right, he can't get it, he's not in communication. He's got one. Anybody else that's adjacent? No. I want to say no. So this is within 2. This is within 2. However, we're going to be looking coastal first. So I don't think there's any point in looking at that. Unless, of course, I can't find another coastal, because it's getting 2, remember. Closest in hexes to US unit. Inner adjacent to a beach hex before inland. So that's within 2 and is coastal. Let's say we can't do that one. And he can trace communication, right? But yeah, we should talk about it. Why not? This is a within 2 in coastal and can trace communication. Yeah, he didn't lose his depth, did he? No, we've not even got to it, have we? And this one's got depth as well. Yeah. Okay, so this is within 2 in coastal as well. So that looks like... hang on, there's one more. This guy here is within 2 and coastal. I'd rather he didn't get it. I suppose if any... Well, the other 2 I probably wouldn't be that fussed about. That brown position down there is horrible anyway. And if it went to this brown position here, at the moment, I don't know. No, I think if anything... if I was... Oh, no, he's getting... There's 2 of them getting it, Grant. Yeah, I was forgetting. I was thinking I'd be happy if this one was the one that got it, but however, there's 2 of them get it. So that's our 3 choices for the 2. If there's more than one eligible in the given position type, place the depth mark in the position with the lowest ID number and then its lowest ID letter. Right, so if they happen to have the same number. So this one is a 7. And where's the other one? Here. This one is a 6. And this one up here is a 13. Well, that's it then. So it's going to be that guy and that guy. It was the lowest ID number, wasn't it? Yeah, lowest ID number if 2 or more. Okay. Yeah, so obviously this one would get it first because he's the 6. No, that's 3 away. Yeah, these are inland. Yeah, it's because it's coastal. So this is a 6. So this is the first one to get. So we've got, looks like 6 coastal depth markers left. So he gets that one. And E6. And then again we would compare that one and the one that's 13 up there. So obviously this would be the next one. And V7. Be extra careful with them. Like I say, they're so easy. They flip over so easily. And if you flip something like that over, it's really difficult to fix, to create a random sort of, well, yeah. Anyway, we're done. We're fine. Okay, so that's event complete, yeah? Right, so US Engineer and HQ phase. So don't think we've gone in and changed these. Oh, no. Does it? This tank fires into these two spots. That's horrible. I never thought about that. It stops me from getting the support markers, doesn't it? That's not fair. During the US engineer and HQ phase of each turn, you receive one support marker for each engineer unit with support capability in a beach. We know it doesn't need to be in a beach hex, from which it can trace US communication and not in an enemy field of fire. Oh, come on. We're only going to get one support marker. Well, just as well we're getting one because that guy did stay disrupted, but yeah, and in actual fact, no, I don't think I didn't have the weapons, did I? So there's actually no point me attacking this. And it's like 6 strength, okay, against 1. We've got the flanking, but we don't have the demolitions. It's kind of just as well he stayed disrupted. Well, that means I don't actually need to undisrupt that guy, I don't think. The only thing might be nice is moving into that hex. It's in steady blue and steady red, but I'm in steady red and tense yellow. But I mean, this is asking for trouble, isn't it? Right, well, you're jumping ahead, Grant. Well, maybe I'm not if I'm going to use my support marker for that. Eh? Right, that's vicious, really it is. So I still get the one for this. He's not in a field of fire. So I'm only getting one support marker this turn. So I've got 2 units that are disrupted. I don't care about that guy. I mean, it's not nice to say that, but it's war, I'm afraid. So do I remove this one? The thing is, cause he's disrupted, I could. No, you couldn't. Oh no, you're still going to take an infiltration check because we've done it already with that guy. What would I be drawing? A red diamond? Oh, I'll tell you what. Look at the last card drawn. It's a red diamond. That's tempting. And the previous 2 cards were diamonds as well. Not red, but... Oh, actually, no, I'm saying previous 2 cards. There's quite a pile of cards here. Looking through discards. What? Yeah. Yeah, of course I could have. If I got a support marker, I would have been able to supply the demolitions. That's nasty. Well, you know what I need to do? We know what I need to do. I need to do something with this, don't I? For sure. So what can we do to that? I know I'm in the US engineer phase right now, but hey ho. Well, the command range is going to go out to 2 as well, which doesn't help us at all. No, it does nothing. Great. So attack with that machine gun. Support fire with this. Yeah, because I now only need this to attack this. So that was a possible moving that. But I mean, I moved it. You know, there's no real harm done to me moving it, and it was illegal me putting it there. It's not. I'm not doing it to benefit myself. You know, it could have been much more harmful to me. I still would have done it. You know, because there's nothing changed that allows me not to do it. You know. I don't think so anyway. I don't believe so. So I think it's fine. So, okay, it might be more beneficial to me, but that's fair. This game's hard enough, right? And that was a mistake. So I fixed that mistake this time anyway. So 2, I would have 8. There's no palm trees, please. No. There's a building, but... which you might have thought. Yeah, I mean, there's no talk. There's no talk of that. Japanese defensive benefits for being attacked across a hex side apply only if all adjacent attacking units are attacking through such hex sides. See, it says all adjacent. So coming back to this, if I do get that tank to support me, it's not going to be adjacent. So he is going to get doubled. Right, but that's not what we're really... So what, 8 against 3, now he doesn't get doubled, so 8 against 3, but you've not got the weapons, Grant. Maybe this is what you need your support marker for then. Hang on. No, these don't give artillery, do they? That's what you need a tank for. Yeah, well, we had a tank. So yeah, it's a 3-step heavy, isn't it? Yeah, we get bazooka, machine gun, Browning, mortar, and radio. So let me just. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the depth markers. I know, it's wrong, isn't it? It's wrong. The tanks are all 3 strength. And but you know what? It's wrong. But I tell you what, you guys out there that played this game know exactly what these depth markers are. So don't give me it, right? Don't give me it. These guys that have won the game know what these are, right? That's a 2 with a flamethrower, and that's a 1 with an artillery. These are the armor depth markers. So what is the other one? You guys know the answer to that. Some of you do anyway. Now I'm scared that it's a 3 because I've got a 1 and a 2. I want to say they wouldn't be as cruel as that to have it as a 3. Let's say it's a 2. You know, do you think they would have? Was one of the tanks? Did one of the tanks have flanking on it? Machine gun, flamethrower, and flanking bazooka. Oh no, you know what the tank is, Grant. It's got AR. What are you talking about? Yeah, there's nothing with CC on any of these though. That's kind of what's worrying me. I want to say I think it's going to be a 2 or a 1. Right? Let's give it the worst case scenario. Well, worst case would be a 3. If we get the weapons though. Was there... Sorry, I know I'm looking again. Yeah, there's only 1 weapon on the depth markers, isn't there? One had AR and one had FT. So that's good because I don't think we've got flamethrower. No, we wouldn't have flamethrower, so that's good. And the other one had AR, which is good as well because we wouldn't have that. However, we're going to be using... That's the whole point of the support markers, to give the AR, I think. So what else can we mean? If it's naval, if it's NA, then yeah, whatever. And if it's CC, then whatever. And if it's flanking, then whatever. It could be flanking, yeah, because the actual tank had flanking. One of the tanks had flanking. Right. If it's a 2, we've got strength of 5. It's going to be 8 against 5, so we're not getting double. I was just wondering if that tank could have joined the fight. He's got a range of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then there are tanks away across the other side. I'm not 100. Well, actually, I think that maybe could because it's in command of an HQ. Anyway, it's not in range, Grant, so forget that one. Well, if it's only a 1, we're good. Because that would be 8 against 4. If it's a 2 or a horrible 3, then it does mean we need the weapons. And the fact that I'm having to use this for that weapon kind of screws things, doesn't it? The problem is, if I don't try and do something about this, even if I disrupted that, does that give me my support marker? I don't think it does, because I think it just says enemy field of fire. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't specify that if it was disrupted, you would get the support markers. So, I mean, what if we got lucky and he's only a 1, and we have the weapons, we've got double. I know there's a few of you sitting there saying, yeah, I know, because you know exactly what that depth marker is. And you're either shaking your head or cringing, thinking, oh, Grant's going to blow this. Or maybe you're saying, well, I hope you do this, Grant, because you've got it right. I don't think I've really got a choice. I think I've got to try and do something. Now, hold on, though. Here's another thought. Yeah, the other thought is we don't dig for the depth marker. Like I've already said, I don't need to spend that support marker. I do not have artillery. I could just attack this for 8, and we've got double, we've not got the weapons, we disrupt it. Now, you might say, well, what benefit does that give you? Yeah, you could have a point. Well, it would allow me to maybe move something else. Well, but what though? All I could really do is move that into there, and then that's exposing that position to give me an extra 2 strength to attack it next turn. Or, yeah, no, I don't want to mess with these guys, though, do I? They're the ones that give me the support. And this guy's he's got a job to do anyway, so yeah, I might as well just go in for it, I think. Of course, if I was savvy enough and knew what the depth marker was myself, I would know what was going to happen. And then I would be able to sort of... But that's a wee bit unfair. It's a wee bit gamey, isn't it? But I guess if you play the game enough... I'm going to pull this game out maybe, once a year or something. It's a great game, but these games take it out in you a bit. So it's not... and I've got Pello to get to anyway, so the likelihood of me remembering the depth markers of the 3 tanks in this game, or even the stats of the actual tanks, is really unlikely. I'm not got that memory. Some of you might have, but anyway. So if I had the weapons and I had double, we revealed the depth marker. You know what? We would wipe everything out. Depth marker eliminated, unit defeated. That's the result I want, clearly. Because then next turn, I've nothing else there, and we get our 2 support markers back. But that might be the result you want. But and then you know what's annoying though? Mind you, that's the last tank. See, Brown does not fire into these hexes. He's only firing in there because he's a bloody tank. That's why. And I need to deal with these. I think I'm going to go for this, right? So we will find out our fate. So that means I've got to keep hold of the support marker, which means I'm not undisrupting this guy. But I've already said that the only good reason to undisrupt this guy would maybe be to move it into that position there. But there's risk. I've got an infiltration move with that. So, but yeah, there's nothing more I can do here. Fortunately, this guy's still disrupted, but that doesn't really even matter either, Grant. Because like was said, this red could still fire, and you know, hit either one of these guys and disrupt it. You know, yes, you could move in and CC, but I've created the flank here as well. That's kind of cruel, eh? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep my support marker after all that. I'm only getting the one. Yeah, because the game's cruel. And so moving on to this. This is going to extend. Actually, I need to. No, well, this is. Oh, it's not. Is it not potential field of fire though, Grant? I'm not so sure you'd want to put it there anyway, would you? I think it's potential field of fire to establish the what's its name? Command post. An HQ unit may convert to a CP in any hex that is not in the potential field of fire of any Japanese position. So if a Japanese occupied position or a non-occupied position, Japanese communication projects any fire dots, the HQ may not convert. So this is the potential because this red fires into here and it's in communication. So I cannot establish this command post there even if I wanted to. So we will increase this though to 2, which does, like I said, absolutely. Well, you know what it does? Gives this guy a radio. There you go. Gives this guy a radio because he's within 2. Because that's all it does. Because he's getting a free action anyway. So yeah. Okay, I think that's the sum of our engineer and HQ phase. Take support markers, spend more support markers, convert HQs, and increase the command range, right? Yeah. Okay, let's get into the meat of the turn. US action phase, turn 13. Shall we not mess about? Shall we just go for this tank right now and put myself in my misery? Well, actually put you guys that know what the depth marker is out your misery. Because, well, yeah, and me. Because I don't know what it is you do. Or some of you do, I would think. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Because these are free actions anyway. So this guy is going to attack with 2 strength. This guy, these are all getting free actions from the command post. This guy is going to join in. Yeah, there is a danger here though, because if hang on. If we reveal the depth marker, and we don't have the weapons, we need double. So it needs to be a 1. We really want that depth marker to be a 1. Then worst case scenario, we've got it disrupted. But if it's a 2, it means that because this guy's sitting in intense brown, so is the command post. This is in steady brown, and like we've said, it extends to there. Because I could make this attack right now and not use a support marker and we disrupt this. But if I use a support marker and we dig into the depth marker, it could end up being that it doesn't end up disrupted. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, because I have no idea what it is. So I'm going to use my support marker as a wild card in this attack to give... Alright, it'd have to be going on that unit, because it needs to be a unit adjacent, to give this guy the artillery combat tactic. Combat tactic? Weapon. I'm on a different game now. So we now have 8 against 3, and we have the weapons. So we have the weapons, attack strength is at least double, we're going to, but the units, it's got an unrevealed depth marker, so we're going to reveal the depth marker and calculate it again. Right, so I really want this to be a 1, and ideally I want it to be a weapon that we've got. Here goes. Yeah, well, he's all knew. He's all knew what it was. Could it not have just been a 1 with it, NA? You know? That's savage. So it's got a strength of 5, and now we don't have the weapons. So we've got 8 against 5. We don't have the weapons. Our attack strength is greater but not double. There's going to be no effect. This game just doesn't get any easier, does it? No, well, okay, it's done. It's done now, so no effect. So we know what it is now, but like I say, Brown comes up in the fire card next turn. This guy's going to die, and yeah, there could be other things die as well. But I suppose it depends on the action as well, maybe. But right, okay, never mind. Moving on. Right, let's get a result. Let's have this hero attacking here. Now let's just take advantage of that mistake that we made. So he's attacking with demolitions and bazooka with 3 strength. This guy gets no bonus. We're not coming across a seawall for this. So he's got a strength of 2. We've got the demolitions. We're going to use the hero for the flamethrower. So we've got the weapons, and our strength is greater than, but not doubled. So we've got the weapons, greater than, but not doubled. The units alone, he's defeated. He can't trace communication, so he is going to the eliminated units box. So that's another elite in there. Got quite a lot of them actually gathered in there, but I mean, well, the night time, you know what? The night turn might not even come. As things have been going. Right, moving on to, well, actually, hold on, there's a couple other things we can do up here. We can remove disruption from that. That's all that can do. And we will remove disruption from that. Yeah, I've not even thought about it if we're going to do anything up here or not. We might have actions right enough. Okay, what can we do anything here then? Well, I've said we could get the machine gun from here, but here is going to be doubled because we're coming across there. So we don't know what the depth marker is. The depth marker doesn't get doubled though. So he's got a strength of 4. It's a coastal depth marker. Let's just put him at a 6, right? Let's put him at a 6, which is bad enough. So what have we got here? Now that would be an attack of 5. I need an action for that, remember, because this hero's just on this. So that would be an attack of 6, and we need an action for these 2 attacking. That would be 10. We wouldn't need an action for that. That would be 12. Did I just say that was going to be 6? Well, I'm hoping it's going to be 6. Well, I'll tell you what, 12 is double 6, so that is good. Now, mortar machine gun. We get a machine gun from the tank because it's within 4 hexes, I want to say. Yep. And then the mortar does not come from any of these guys, but it can come from the hero. So that's what you're going to have to use it for. But as long as that depth marker is not more than a 2, we get a result. Do we do this? I think we do. Yeah, because it's not intense yet with this, but he's not disrupted anymore. So that's going to be 2 actions though, Grant, remember. That's not an action. That would get a free action. Yeah, nothing's happening here anyway. these can get 3 actions if they want to do anything. So we would have 1 action left, which I might have been tempted to move that. I don't want to move it to this purple position though, and like let them just step into it. You know, it's within 2. The purple R comes up and it reinforces, or this moves into it. If it's a red R, you know, it redeploys. Or this one's a yellow R. Anything with R on it. So, just there's, yeah. Well, what I was thinking was getting into this brown position, taking a chance, and then try to disrupt that, trying to barrage it next turn, you know, the next again turn. But again, like I say, I'm exposed. Well, why don't you put one of your heroes in there then? You could do that. It's risky though, because that, what is it, fires into there? Yellow, steady yellow. So that is fire. That's why the tank's a bit safer in there, because they need a yellow with armour bonus. Yeah. Well, whatever. I don't really need more than 1 action across there. I mean, yeah. I'm really looking for some garrison markers to start garrison things. Yeah, you're going to have to wait. That's the other thing. Yeah, that's me screwed for another 2 support markers again next turn, isn't it? And now, how are we actually going to take that? Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, because I'm only going to get 1 support marker. Well, Martin's already clarified that I could only use 1. What I need is a hero on this guy, and keep the support marker. And even then, what does it say is 5, so we're not going to take it all out in a 1 hour. We're just going to take the death marker out, disrupt it. Oh, this is horrible. When did I get these reinforcements? Surely I should be getting some more reinforcements by now. We've got 4 turns to wait. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure I'm going to get through this and get the points, am I? The way things are going. Okay, right, 2 actions getting used here then. This could, well, this would be good if I could get that spot. So, hero's attacking. Now, I'm going to use the hero for the mortar, because I have to. And the US action marker is for the unit below, because we need that extra point of strength, because 12 against, well, I'm saying 6, possible 6 is better. And then I'm going to use a US action on that to attack there. So 6, 4 strength in there. And then this tank, who can join in because he's in command. Is that right? Things, I just seem to forget them all the time. Tank units must be within range, and one of the following applies. The tank unit is in command of any HQ. So yes. So what did I say? 10, and then the extra 2 from the tank, and that's where the machine gun. Actually, no, we don't have a machine gun. Yeah, we needed that too, didn't we? Yeah, because I was going to get the mortar from that guy, wasn't I? And that's why we put the hero there. So we've got 12 against 4, because he is getting doubled, because we're attacking across the seawall. But we have the weapons, because machine gun from that, mortar from the hero. So 12 against 4. So yes, we've got the weapons. Attack strength is at least double. Let's reveal the death marker and get on that. So as long as it's a 2, and we don't really want to. Well, we just like to take it out. Thanks. I mean, this guy is going to trace communication. No, because I mean there was thoughts before, but this guy. No, I can't cut him. I can't cut him off now anyway. I think if I'd been able to move up to there, but I can't move up to there now because of that unit. Was that going to cut him off? It was, wasn't it? That was a shame. Actually, you know what? If that guy hadn't appeared there, I think I would have done that here. Yeah, I would have done. Because we kind of want that guy along there anyway. Because if this goes wrong, we might need that mortar. And then use the hero for another weapon that's maybe on this that we're missing. Yeah, that's annoying. But I can't, because I have to go 1. I can't. As soon as I move into there, I've got to stop. And if I come down 1, 2, I can only get into there, which is not any good because you can trace into that hex. That is annoying. Is there anything else I can do about that before the attack? I don't think so. Potentially. Wait a minute. Alright, let me just... We've not looked at this yet anyway, so... I've got the SP unit. Well, I actually can't. Can you not maybe move them somewhere to get them safe? Yeah. Yeah, one of them can move it here. Well, I can revisit that. That's fine. So we might be able to get more support markers if I can move them out of this tank's field of fire. Because they are getting free actions. Right, what I was thinking there was, can I go 1, 2, no, I need to stop in there. And I'm stopping in intense red. And that's an engineer which doesn't spread its... it doesn't control the hex adjacent to it. This guy would have done, but he's been used. And the 2 SPs are engineers anyway, so I can't do anything about that. Oh, you know what? That doesn't matter. Let's not bother about trying to cut communication. Yeah. Just get on with it, right? So we've got the weapons. We've got double. We need to see this. We're hoping it's only a 2. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. Oh, we've got a flamethrower, Grant. Yes, you've got 2 flamethrowers in this. Because I remember it. Because that's demolitions and flamethrower. And there's a guy not down the bottom here, demolitions and flamethrower. Yeah, we've got him flamethrowing. I think we've got a result here then. So the strength is double the 2, so that's 4, 5. We've got 12 against 5. We've got the machine gun from the tank, the mortar from the hero, the flamethrower from a bunch of guys. Yes, we've got this guy. So we've got the weapons. We've got at least double. This is turns 11 to 30. So the depth marker is eliminated and the unit is defeated. Yes, a result. So that goes away. And he unfortunately escapes and gets to... I mean, he's not the worst. He's escaped already before, so he's not the worst. Can't remember what the other ones were, but yeah, it's been that long ago, isn't it? Right, so I'll give a little shuffle here, and thing is, when you shuffle, I rolled the dice the last time just to randomise them, but if you still knew which one was which, if you still knew which one was which, then, you know, even if you did roll the dice, you would know what it was. So I've not got a clue right now. And come the time when I go to draw it, I'm going to have less of a clue. So there we go. And I will still roll a dice anyway to randomise between them. Okay. Well, that was good. Okay, something at last. Right, next. I probably should get this guy out of here. You know, there's no point sitting in that brown. Why don't we get along into this purple? It's a steady purple. And could have a go at that guy. Tank can support it. Purple doesn't fire into there. So 1, 2, free action from the HQ. Yeah. Does that make some sense? Sort of, I think so. Yeah, because intense. Yeah, because if we can take this purple out, these are. At the moment, well, they're not 4 points because we've not got units in them, but we could step into all of these. Now, That's not in Japanese communication. That is, however, I'd like to think one of the SP units might be moving down into there shortly. In fact, well, no, there's no point in going there because purple fires into there. But to be honest, oh, hold on, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can get both of them in there. Why not do that? That secures the 2 hexes, as long as nothing pops up here. Well, no, that's not true, right? You know what? If a yellow R comes up and they come in here, something, it would go there, wouldn't it? Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to cut off communication. I can't do that, so I just need to live with it. So what about that headquarters there? Should we? No, I don't really think we should. Well, no, I kind of want to keep the tanking and. Well, but the tank would be able to, if this attacks, the tank can still join the fight because he's adjacent to the infantry unit, Grant. I mean, I could move the HQ 1, 2. Well, I can move it to there so that guy gets a free action, but then the tank's getting a free action. Well, actually, no. If I leave it there, they're both getting a free action, aren't they? Or if I move it here or here. I don't think I'm going to move it, but let's just move on because this was quite interesting when I realised I can still move these guys, get them out of that field of fire. So he's firing brown, right? So brown into there, brown into there, brown into there. But brown doesn't fire into there, but he does because he's annoying. And brown doesn't fire into there, but he does. So that's why we've got to get out of there. So I'm going to move this guy 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I mean, was curious about this moving from this hex to this hex, but there is a bit of land there and a bit of land that goes round, and I think we accepted the fact that it's fine. So 1, 2, 3 for that guy. And the other guy that's underneath here is going to go, well, actually, if that was an issue, he could have went 1, 2, 3, and then, no, it needs to be him that does that. That's true. Because I want this other guy in here, I think. Well, why don't you make it? Why don't you just? No. I'm saying play it safe and just go in here because if I go there and something pops up in yellow there and then I'm in his field of fire. But if I go here, the green could easily spawn something. So I think we'll just go with that and say I'm going to move 1, 2 into there with that guy. And then now, as long as yellow doesn't come in there, these 2 guys are going to get support markers. Okay, I'm not going to move him. He's just going to sit and hope for the best. That's the command post now, so these guys have taken an action. I might just come back quickly to that. We've got 1 action left. This isn't going to do anything. No, he is sitting in steady red. But yeah, this looks kind of hopeless. Just a shame. The weapons. It's the weapons, you know. I mean, another place I'd like another hero, I suppose. But okay. So should we do something up here then? Maybe. Yeah, I might sort of. We've got 1 action left and nowhere else to use it. So if I was to replace this with one of these heroes, which would be the better one? It's probably not. Well, that one's got machine gun demolitions and he's 4 strength. This is the one with Major Ryan. Probably be him because I don't want to expose that. But I think if I'd done that, yeah, that's right. If I'd done that and then done that, that's still not in communication, is it? No. No, because we've got that, we've got that. Now he was there and they went 1, 2. That would be my last action. I'm not 100% sure about this. Let me just think about this one for a minute. Because I'm moving into intense brown with that. But I don't really see how we can avoid that. I mean, I can avoid that. I can just stay where I am. But shouldn't I maybe just be thinking that way and seeing how many points? I mean, I'm not getting the points for that. I would be getting 1, 2. Yeah, because we've got the purple position now. So 1, 2, 3. And I know I'm pointing to things that aren't occupied yet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 points there. And I'm really hoping that this guy can hang on to this. He's only one step now. Well, there was 2 of them, wasn't there? Because if the Japanese get something into there, then I'll lose that position. So what did I say? 1? Yeah, I don't get that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. That's 7 points. So, maybe I should just stay where. So I might move these back. Hang on, 7 points, and then what would you get down here then? Oh, this tank's messing things up here, but yeah, I can't count any of that just now. If you take that purple position out, you would then get. Well, you might get that. That's just a might though, because that's not the potential when you're scoring, I don't think. So 7. Let's just say 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is not 12. So I need to do more. Yeah, okay, this is turn 13, but there's only 2 more turns after this. I'm struggling to actually get the 12 points. So does that, what does that tell? Does that tell you to push on to this brown position, Grant, or it's a nice safe position? But the thing is, it doesn't fire in. It's not spoiling any points for me here. If your tank gets hit, it gets disrupted. It's not spoiling any points for me, and I'm unlikely. I don't have the numbers to go up here, and I don't have the units to go up here anyway. So, okay, I could maybe take an extra point there. Well, you've just said you were counting up 11 there, Grant. So maybe. The problem is I need to populate these hexes that I'm going to have to move out. Because once I disrupt that, I then need at least one of these guys to move into there. Probably it's going to be that guy. He's going to move into there. Then next turn we attack. And that will be... So, hang on. Turn 14, I'm going to barrage. Well, I'm saying I'm going to barrage. If he gets hit and disrupted... Well, you might be able to undisrupt him with the support markers. And then the barrage, let's say the barrage succeeds, then I move this guy into here. Then I've got 3 positions here that I need to cover with units that I've not got the numbers. I need to garrison. No. I need to garrison. I really don't think there's any point in me doing this. Because I'm going to have to use an action mark on this. I really need to garrison next turn. Well, I take the chance with this. Why not? let's just take the chance with it, Grant. If I fail at the barrage, I can just maybe step back into that hex and just sort of accept that, like, we're not getting that just now. And then, yeah, like I said, I need to... Yeah, you need to garrison, but then you also need actions to move these guys into the hexes. Well, we know the hero, but there's 3 of them here, and there's 4 positions and 2 heroes, so there's only so much they can do. Yeah, I don't know if this is silly or not. I think I'm overextending now. I kind of think I'm going to take this back. So he moved from here to here, and the tank moved across. That was it, wasn't it? I don't think it's gonna. Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. All I need to do is garrison that 1 hex for 7 points. And if I try and do what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to try and garrison 3 hexes. And then I'm still not going to move into that hex to gain it. I think this is a waste. We've got 1 action left, Grant. And it's safer leaving that tank in there. Well, there's no real point in me, this is only 1 unit. These are all single units, so I can't even use my 1 action to move something into there without leaving, another hex. And I don't mean this guy's not able to move anyway, but I don't really want to move him because I'm pretty sure then yellow will turn up. Somebody will go, a Japanese will go into that position, and then I'll lose that point from that because brown fires into there. So I kind of need him to sit there as long as he can, basically, and survive. Right, well that looks like I'm wasting an action then this turn. That seems wrong as well, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I don't spend my last action. I'm struggling to get the 12 points, but I think trying to go for this. What was I saying? We could sit in there and then turn 14 barrage, okay? Mate, the other way of doing it is I move the tank into there and the hero into there this turn. And then we hope Brown doesn't turn up and we just attack that position on turn 14. And then turn 15 we can take it. That gives us a point. If I do it the way I'm talking, barrage, turn 14, attack turn 15, and my attack isn't going to occupy this hex. I could maybe with other hero, but the amount of stuff I'm going to have to garrison, I'm not going to have the points available. And I think just for that 1 point, it's not worth it. I don't feel it's worth it. I think I'd rather have my support markers. Okay, I need 1 for here, but I should be able to get 3 next turn now that I've moved it, guys. So that's 1. That'll leave me 2 more. Whether I need more garrison over by, or if it's just a case of wild cards, or probably wild cards. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. Right, I'm ending the turn. I'm just going to leave it. Feels like I might be getting that wrong, but I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to decide, and I'm struggling here, I think. Right, we're struggling to Move on. Right, I didn't move that HQ. What is he in? Red and blue. But red's empty anyway. You know what, I think I'll move him down there. Take these action markers off. Yeah, one action we left not used there. Feels wrong. It feels wrong, but anyway. Right, okay, I better get this. This is an hour and 15 minutes now, Grant. What happened there? Right, so phase, that's end of turn. Phase marker goes back along here. Scoop up the cards. I want to say we're getting quite close, actually. Oops, that was almost. You know what? I think there's slightly more. It's quite important, this, I suppose, because you can see that card on the top there, the discard pile, is the red eye, and that is something that would bother me. So it does look to me like there's slightly more. Maybe not by much. Does it say if it does it just say clear? See that? That's quite Grant and his daft decisions. Right, so the rule is on page 8, step 5 of the sequence of play, end of turn, move all cards from the card track to the discard pile and move the phase marker back to the beginning of the card track. If the discard pile clearly has more cards than the draw deck, shuffle all discards back into the deck and move the turn marker one turn ahead on the turn track. Clearly? You know what? I think it is. If I counted them, it would be. So, I wouldn't say it's clear. It's not easy for you to see on the camera, though, and I'm making more of this than I need to, but I'm going to shuffle it. Okay, so I went and counted them. There's 28 in the discard pile, and as you probably know, there's 54 cards in total, and you get that one extra card with the sort of stuff on it. So there was 26 cards left in the draw pile. 28 against 26. So whether you call that clearly or not, it certainly looked to me like there was more. And it's probably against me. It's worse for me by shuffling these in, I think, because the fact that we know there was a lot of the eye action. Right, so I'm going to shuffle this up and I'll be back in a sec. Right, nice Breastway shuffle deck, so let's hope that a Japanese Fireface isn't a red eye. But yeah, well, okay, it's been shuffled now. Okay, that's it. Moving on to turn 14. So only 2 turns to get these 12 points, Grant. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it is. And the whole factor of how many points does it need to win at this stage? 20 or something? I don't know. You must be either really lucky or something to be able to get anywhere near that, aren't you? Okay, right, I better get away. This is creeping up on another hour and a half video again, so I'm hoping to get another part done. Yeah, I might just stop this and get going again. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. Cheers.